Welcome to my channel where we discuss everything and all things politics, especially about the 2023 presidential election, which was held on February 25, 2023, and the winner announced on March 1st, 2023. And that controversial announcement is being challenged in the court at the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal, from where it's going to end up at the Supreme Court. And most Nigerians are waiting for the court to determine who actually won the 2023 presidential election in Nigeria. Right now, while Nigerians wait for the courts, one of the trending messages or hashtags in Nigeria is all eyes on the judiciary. Now, the national chairman of the Labour Party, Abure, recently said that Peter Obi will soon be declared the president of Nigeria. That is what this video is about. Does he have a point in that assertion that Peter Obi will soon be declared the president of Nigeria by the court? Now, people look at this as that he is making a strong prediction regarding the fate of Peter Obi, the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, ahead of the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal's verdict. Now, Abure disclosed that Obi, the February 25 presidential candidate of the party, will be declared president of Nigeria by the tribunal. Abure made this known while addressing some Nigerians in the United States during a tour of the country. Abure, who is on a tour to the United States and the United Kingdom, said the judgment by the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal is expected on or before September 16. That's on or before Saturday, September 16, 2023. And he said, we are expecting the judgment between now and the 16th of September. And I am very sure Peter Obi will be president of Nigeria. We have put our hands in the plow and we never look back. We are determined to continue the struggle until Nigeria is repositioned. We will not give up, Abure said. Now, this his assertive statement has gone viral, has become subject of discussion in several places where people talk about Nigeria. Does he have a point? I dare say in this video that he has a point. Peter Obi can be declared the winner, the president of Nigeria, on September 16, 2023, or any other dates that the tribunal decide to deliver his judgment. He can be declared the winner. And here is why it is possible that he will be declared the winner of the election. Here are the possibilities. Number one, Peter Obi is the only presidential candidate in the February 25, 2023 presidential election that met the constitutional requirement of Section 134, Subsection 2B of the 1999 Constitution on conditions for somebody to be declared the winner of presidential election held in Nigeria. What did that law say? What did the law say? that section of the Constitution said that for where there are two or more presidential candidates in an election in Nigeria, for anyone to be declared the winner of the election, the person must get A, majority of the vote cast in the election, B, must have 25% of the votes cast in two-thirds of the 36 states of the Federation and the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. That section of the Constitution made it compulsory that you must get 25% at the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. Of all the presidential candidates, including the one that was declared the winner by the INEC, none of them, except Peter Obi, was able to cross the threshold. Peter Obi did not only cross the threshold, he passed it by several miles because he got over 60% of the total votes cast in the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. By that singular act, singular section of Section 134, Section 2B, Peter Obi is eminently qualified to be declared the winner of the election by the courts. Because that section of the Constitution, even Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu did not meet it. And he ought not to have been declared the winner of the election, having failed to get 25% of the vote cast in the Federal Capital Territory. Ahead of the election on February 24, Mike Ngini, a former resident electoral commissioner in Akwa Ibom State, who should know better, was emphatic that nobody will be declared the president of Nigeria in the election taking place the next day unless the person got 25% of the vote cast in the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. But Mahmoud Yakubu, despite being aware of this, because if Mike Ngini is aware of it, Mahmoud Yakubu is aware of it. Mahmoud Yakubu disregarded this section of the Constitution and declared Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu winner of the election, despite the fact that he failed to meet this critical condition of Section 134, Section 2B. That is why the country is the way it is now, in a quagmire. He overlooked that section of the Constitution. So Tinubu ought not to have been declared the winner of the election because he didn't meet that threshold. Atiku Abubakar of the People's Democratic Party also failed to meet that requirement. In fact, you can go and look at the petition of Atiku Abubakar. One of the grounds in which Atiku Abubakar is challenging the election of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu is because Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu did not get 25% of the vote cast in Abuja. So Atiku is aware that he himself cannot be president under this election that was conducted on February 25 because he did not get 25% of the vote cast in the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. Peter Obi is the only candidate that met that constitutional requirement. Now, there have been questions asked. Did Peter Obi meet the spread? That's 24 states. Does he have 25% in 24 states of the Federation? Of course he does. Not by the calculation that INEC did after the election, but by independent verification that Peter Obi had done. That was why Peter Obi is challenging the results of the presidential election in 21 states. And if those 21 states are recounted, on the grounds that Peter Obi presented at the court, then Peter Obi has the necessary spread to be declared the winner of the election. And even if you look at the number of winning, Peter Obi won more states in the presidential election than any other presidential candidate in the election. Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, based on the result announced by INEC, won 12 states. Atiku Abubakar won 12 states. Peter Obi won 11 states and the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. Now, if Abuja were to be a state, Peter Obi would have said to have won 12. But that, don't be deceived by that. But Peter Obi won more states because it has now been proven that Peter Obi won Rivers State and Peter Obi won Benue State. Peter Obi had already presented the data evidence to prove that he won these two states clearly. Now, if these two states, the courts were able to confirm it, that he won Rivers and Benue State, it means that Peter Obi won 13 states and the Federal Capital Territory, making 14. And Tinubu won only 10 states. And Atiku Abubakar won only 12 states. So Peter Obi has majority of the states won. Clearly. That's what is going for him. Now, if you look at in terms of the majority of the vote cast, Peter Obi has already demanded for the recounting of some of his votes because his votes were undercounted in many parts of the country. That was how his vote was undercounted in Benue State and Rivers State, which he has proven how it was done. He has shown them in the court. And even the BBC of London and the Premium Times of Nigeria, they have recalculated the result of Rivers State. And they have found independently that Peter Obi won in Rivers State. The same thing is applicable in Benue State. Now, if you remove 2 states from Tinubu's number of states won, you will have 10 states. Now, if you cut the figures, you will now discover that Tinubu will not have majority of the vote cast in the election. Already during the tribunal sitting, Peter Obi was able to prove with his star witness that they used 18,088 blood results to declare Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu winner of the election. Out of that 18,088 blood results, it was calculated by the professor of mathematics, a data expert, that it contains 2.5 million votes that was allocated to Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, that INEC cannot explain how they manufactured that vote because the result from which they generated it was blood, the result sheets. And Peter Obi is demanding that their 2.5 million votes must be subtracted from 8.7 million votes with which Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu won the election. Now, if you subtract 2.5 million from 8.5 million, if you subtract 2.5 million from 8.7 million that was used in declaring Tinubu the winner of the election, you see that Tinubu's number will come down to 6.2 million votes. And when you add the real results, the results that were cut from Peter Obi in Rivers, in Benue, in Lagos, in Plateau State, in several other states of the country, which he presented evidence before the court, you will now see that Peter Obi will have majority of the vote cast in the election. So don't get it twisted. Don't think that Abure is just making it up. No, he's not making it up. He's not making it up. Here. There's enough ground. There's enough ground why Peter Obi is confident. Why the Labour Party is confident that they won the election. Ask yourself, why are they attacking Peter Obi spiritedly? The person that came third in the INEC concocted results. Why are they always attacking him? They're attacking him because they know the truth. So when Abure made that declaration, do not take it lightly. Do not think he just play mind game. Not mind game. There are enough evidence to prove his case. In fact, if the votes are counted well, as Peter Obi and his lawyers wanted it to be done, by the time you do the necessary subtractions, Aswadibola Tinubu will not be in second position himself. He will be in third position in the election. So you have to know where the chairman of Labour Party is coming from. Okay? Know where he's coming from. So if the votes are recounted, it will be discovered that Tinubu, who came first with 8.7 million votes, may actually be on the third position. And that Peter Obi, who is put in the third position, will climb to number one position. Now, another issue that cannot be dismissed is that there is also the likelihood of the nullification of Tinubu's election based on his forfeiture of $460,000 to the United States government, proceeds of narcotic. Now, if that were to happen, if Tinubu's election is nullified, the same way the election in Bayelsa was nullified, governorship election of Bayelsa was nullified because of alleged certificate forgery. If that were to happen, the election, Peter Obi is also going to be the beneficiary, because he is the only person, not Atiku Abubakar, that met the condition of Section 134, subsection 2B, that is getting 25% in the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. Now, if you look at the issue of forfeiture of $460,000, which is proof of crime committed, that is a proof of dishonesty. If the court accepts that verdict, that it is a proof of dishonesty, and accept forfeiture as it is in the statute book of Nigeria, because if you look at Mohammed Abacha versus Federal Government of Nigeria in 2014, the Supreme Court had defined what is forfeiture, and that forfeiture is a crime. You don't forfeit unless you have committed a crime. And the forfeiture in America and forfeiture in Nigeria is the same. So that is enough ground to show that the forfeiting of $460,000 is an evidence of commission of crime. It's an evidence of dishonesty, which you can see in Section 137 among the conditions for which a presidential candidate can be disqualified from participating in an election. Now, if that is to stand, if the Supreme Court or the Court of Appeal, where it is right now, agrees with the Supreme Court ruling of 2014, in the case of Abacha versus the federal government, then that is enough ground to nullify Tinubu's election. And who is going to be the beneficiary of the nullification of Tinubu's election? It is Peter Obi and not Atiku Abubakar, because Atiku Abubakar did not meet the condition of Section 134, subsection 2B, to be declared the winner of election, of presidential election. And Atiku knows it. That is why one of the conditions in which he's challenging Tinubu's election is that Tinubu did not get 25% in Abuja. So you can see, in any way you look at it, Peter Obi is the only person that stands a chance of being declared the winner of the election if Tinubu's election is nullified. So you can understand the confidence of the Labour Party chairman that Peter Obi will be declared the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And that is what he's telling you is a pure analytical description of the outcome of the election. This is not about prophecy of any spirituality or anything like that. These are based on facts and figures. These are based on the law. These are based on evidence. So don't dismiss what he said. Don't dismiss what he said. Because what he's saying is what they have seen from their own data. That is possible. And like I told people, if Peter Obi does not stand a chance to win this election through the courts, if he was not confident that he won this election, Peter Obi will not spend his money paying lawyers to come and represent him. Peter Obi is not like the other politicians who are spending stolen money so they can afford to spend anyhow. Peter Obi is from the private sector, and he made his money the same way people like Warren Buffett, Bill Gates of this world, George Soros, name them people of credibility in terms of wealth creation. That's the class that Peter Obi belongs. And those people, they don't throw money around. So if Peter Obi had contested this election and he was able to see that he stands no chance of winning, or that he didn't win the election, he will not make any effort to try to reclaim it. And now that he was sure that he won, nothing can stop him from pursuing his mandate. He will continue to pursue it till the Supreme Court. So don't take it lightly. Don't think that it's a joke when Abure is saying that Peter Obi will declare the winner of the election, will be declared the president of Nigeria. That is a strong possibility that it will happen. Okay? So, whichever way you look at it, I don't want to go to bore you with other aspects of this, but I've just given you some tips for you to know that Abure is right. Peter Obi can be declared the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria by the court. Thank you for watching this video. And if you are new to my channel, you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. Hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. When you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, anytime I have a new video, you'll be among the first to know. God bless you. And please don't forget to like this video, because when you like it, God will rank it high and recommend it for more people. Thank you, and God bless you and yours.